All right. So I wanted to touch on this too. Years ago, I was managing a person, and she told me she was way older than me. But she wasn't married anymore. She had gotten divorced. She never had kids. Her mom was really sick, and she was at home basically by herself a lot,
Mm.
all of the time. So she came in there and she basically said, "Listen, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna commit suicide." And yeah, and she was a really, really nice lady. And I had to report it because I'm just like, listen, I can't have that on my conscience. That you will do this and um listen, be quiet. Um, I couldn't have that on my conscience. So I had to report it to HR, and they got her the help that she needed. But I would just recommend, whether it's corporate or military or just regular people, period, you have to make sure that you take into consideration that other people are dealing with life issues and
Mm-hmm.
that they really need help when they're asking for help. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Uh, man, that's a lot.
it's a lot.
That's a lot.
And this is just regular. Like, what do you say to a person that says that this is what they're gonna go home and do? You know? Um,
It's tricky. It's tricky because like you're because sometimes I don't know your initial response or or before you even get to your initial response, I mean it's kind of like you know your what your body does like uh fight, flight, or run.
yeah,
So like, oh wait, what did I hear? What I just hear? Like, did I hear that correct? And like, what's my next move? Like, what do I say? Because I don't want to say something that's like that may trigger or it may be wrong or you know what I mean. So it's kind of like, well, what's going on? So it's like, you kind of take a minute and just kind of collect your thoughts and just kind of respond like, is what's wrong? What's going on? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can do? Because you never know how serious it is. Even if you don't, whatever you think, you still have to treat it as serious, because you never know what could be the trigger or what can set them off or anything like that. So it's kind of like, and it could also be a cry for help. I'm telling you this because I want you to acknowledge me
yeah,
and, just ask me how I'm doing or ask me what's going on. So that way, because they may just need to
event
talk. Yeah.
or talk, just talk. I felt bad because she was a fashion student in New York City, and she told me her story. And at an early age, she went up to New York City, um, got away from Delaware, and took that leap. And then her father got sick, so she had to come back home and
Mm,
take care of dad. So he was sick for years. She never went back to school.
mm,
I felt like that she was a little regretful of, you know, coming back home or never going back to pursue
mm,
uh getting that degree in fashion merchandise. But it was very eye-opening for me as well because it just let me know, that's why I always tell my kids, do whatever that you like to do. Don't
mm,
let anything stop you from completing what you need to. If you need to take breaks, then take breaks.
mm.
but just keep going because I don't ever want you to be regretting not finishing something. And I tell all of my nieces and everyone that I come in contact with, that I have direct contact with, where if they ask me for advice, that is my advice. If you need to take breaks, mental breaks, is nothing wrong with that. Just don't quit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Just don't quit, or just do a really good assessment of like, is this really where you want to go? Or is this something that you really want to continue? Because it may not be what you really want to continue to do. It may, but it can help you change directions into something that you really want to do, or you find out that you're really good at and you enjoy it. So it's like, it's not that you're quitting, you're just adjusting to something that fits you better. Or, or you keep going. I mean, there is no straight line to anything most of the time. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I seen this I seen this picture, and it was like the road to success, and it was like it wind, and then it was like a dead end, and then it was like a wrong turn, and then it was like piece of the road was missing, so you had to come back and then go back around, and it's just like that's how life is. I mean, you're gonna nothing rarely anything ever happens the way you envision it, or how you think it's gonna go, or what you think is gonna happen, regardless of what these influencers are telling you in all their videos, so you can buy their programs and their their ebooks and all that good stuff. And if you just grind, what you gotta do is you gotta get 1 hour of sleep, and then you gotta go out here and buy you 10 lotto tickets. And then once you make the money off those 10 lotto tickets, you gotta take that money and then buy 20 lotto tickets. And then you take that money from those 20 lotto tickets, and then you go out here and get you a American Express black card, and you leverage that black card from American Express, and then you go out here and get you a Mercedes Maybach, and then you take that Maybach and then you shoot music videos with the Maybach, and then you take the
That's how they sell for sure. And pay them what, $49 or $99 for their program. I mean, it's a good system that they have set up. And I look at a couple people now, some of them it does work for them. And it's just like, man, come on, y'all. I don't know if I would be willing to take people's money in that fashion. I know I wouldn't, because I'm out here scheming people. I just wouldn't be able to do it. Would be on my conscience,
Mhm.
but everybody's different. So,
True.
it's this whole comparison, and you gotta have it all. And money is everything, and money is not everything. It's not gonna bring you what you think is gonna bring you, meaning you think you got all the money, but you're not happy at the end of
Yeah.
the day. And that's what really is important. If you're happy and you're at peace, like, I think that is truly important for everyday life. I don't get this whole, I gotta have this, I gotta live in this house, I gotta drive this car, and I gotta make it seem like something that is not. No, I want a happy life. I don't want to be bothered with foolishness. I want to
Mhm.
enjoy my kids. I want to do things, go on trips, go to concerts, and I'm good. I don't need any other foolishness. I just don't. So that's just me.
Yeah, that's another factor when you talk about mental health, and you start listening to all these people, and like they project this, like this is what everybody should be doing, and like that's not what everybody should be doing. You should be doing what makes you happy and what's comfortable for you, and that may not always be that.
Yes.
you know, and sometimes I can put a lot on your head. I can put a lot of weight on your shoulders. You're out here listening to these so-called relationship experts, or uh, whatever.
Don't start it. Don't.
These, all these flyby influencers And sometimes I feel like at the beginning, I feel like sometimes they have good intentions, some of them, but then they get to listen to themselves, and then like other people listen to them, then they just kind of like they get caught up in something. But that's just my personal opinion. Like it's,
Yeah,
but it's that's a lot, thinking that like, well, so and so, or they say that this is what I should be expecting, or this is what I should be, and it's like, look, you better really take a true self-assessment and figure out if that's what you really want and that's what you're looking for, and then yeah, by all means, just go look for that, go
yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? But I just feel like it's too much of like, this is what everybody should be doing, or this is what everybody should be looking for, and that's not true.
I was just having a conversation with a relative last week, and they were telling me, now a lot of people have been telling me that this particular person was doing it, but social media posting,
Mm,
gotta tell everybody where you at, what you doing every single weekend, and you gotta project this image that you have money to travel every single weekend, and you're here, you're there, and it's just like the person was telling me like they need to stop. It's like I want to say they call it imposter syndrome, right? Where
mm,
like you're making it seem like that you're this and you're not. So it's just like, you know, at some point, like you just said, you're gonna have to do a self-assessment of what is truly making you happy at the end of it.
mm,
And really those lights aren't making you happy at like when it's all said and done, because like why are you posting so much unless you are a true influencer? But
mm,
in all actuality, like you're really posting for to make someone mad in particular. So, and that's not gonna stop you. I mean, that's not gonna stop them from doing what they want to do, at
mm,
the day. So I just feel like when you do your self-work and your true healing, and you know what you really want and what makes you happy, then you won't necessarily have to put it in people's face every single day that
mm,
I'm happy, I'm this, I'm that. And it's just like, you know, you gotta take that self-inventory at the end of the day. I'm heavy on that right now. Like, what are the things that you don't like about yourself? You need to have that conversation, because there are some things that you really don't like about yourself. And some of those things that you don't like in other people are an image of you as well. So that's self-inventory of, okay, I don't like that. I might need to change this or that. I
mm.
might need to change how I interact with people. I did something this week. I went to a meeting after work. I never do that. Never have done that. And I was just like, you know what, India, you really need to change. Like this whole introvert thing, and you know,
Mm,
I'm trying to do new things this year.
mm.
Let me go out of my comfort zone, and because it is a comfort zone being an introvert,
Sure is.
you don't want to talk to people. You really don't like people. Um, Sometimes, most of the time. You don't like going into new environments. That's a big no-no for me. I love being a homebody. You you know what time I go to bed? Early. Don't call my phone from 9 to 9. That is a strict rule. So I went out of my comfort zone, and I actually had a really, really good time. And I got to learn about different people,
Mm,
and being able to voice my concerns or
mm,
my ideas in front of people, and nobody looked at me crazy and they embraced what I was saying, like that's a great idea. Get with me on that. I will make sure that it's done, you
mm,
know. So I thought that that was really good this week. I've been trying to work on something for a couple of years now that I'm really passionate about, but I always got to know. So when they say yes the other day, you had the green light. I was just like, yes, like I want this all to work out. I need to get my foot in the door. And I got my foot in the door. But had I not gone, I wouldn't have got my foot in the door.
mm. Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Yeah, you know what? You made me think about, because I remember earlier, like in my career, plus I was young in my career, and didn't really care about that other stuff. I just want to hang out with my friends. But like, uh, because like we do hail and farewells. Like everybody that's new that comes into the unit and everybody that's leaving the unit, they would like it's usually like once every quarter they'll do like a hail and farewell just to say, bye to all the folks that are, PCSing or retiring. Well, not retiring, but PCSing, and we'll, welcome everybody that's, new to the unit. And you know what I mean? And like, didn't really want to go to those things. And then we have balls, military balls, didn't really go to them. And it wasn't until I left, when I left Fort Hood and I went to my next duty station. It was the first time I moved in the military, and I, she's like my sister now, like a really, really, really good friend. So we went to the small unit and they had a ball, and she was like, "You going to the ball?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to the ball." She was like, "Go to the ball." She was like, it's not for me. I'm not into that. She was like, "No, you come to the ball. You need to go to the ball." So I went to the ball, had a good time, and then like went to the next unit. Uh, they had like a couple balls. I went, had a good time. And then I went to so my profession, they have a ball every year.
Okay.
It's a national ball, right? For everybody that's in our profession, the human resource profession. And they have a ball every year at Fort Jackson. And I went one year.
Mhm.
Ball! It's the balls are so legendary that our people in our professions come to our ball.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
because that's how our balls be. And like and I was like, I'm coming next year. And then I just started going to like different balls. Like other installations would have their own human resource AG balls.
Yeah.
And like I would go, like, because I know somebody, and I'm like, well, if it was close.
Okay.
If it was close. But yeah, like I would go. And then like one year I MC'd one.
Really?
Yeah, they was looking for someone, and don't nobody want to MC. I ain't got no problem being behind the mic.
Oh my.
No problem being behind the mic. So I MC'd our my here the installation bit. This was years ago, but they was looking for an MC, and they was then nobody wanted to do it, and I was like, I'll do it. They was like, for real, and I was like, yeah, it's not that serious. I had fun,
Yeah.
had a good time.
It's
Started,
something about getting out of your comfort zone. It
works
really,
wonders.
yeah, it really is.
Mhm.
I just was like this week, I said, you do need a change. Like, okay, enough is enough. If you want growth, true growth and leadership, you're gonna have to go outside of your comfort zone. And
Absolutely.
you have to have good leaders above you, whether it's your managers or your champions, to make sure that they keep you on notice, meaning, hey, if you're thinking about doing this, how can I help you? Make sure that things are taken care of, you're taking the right class. I was just talking to my friend yesterday, and I was mentioning you about doing resumes, and I was just like, you know what? Because she asked me, she was just like, can you redo my resume? And I was just like, yeah, I guess I can, but I do resumes all of the time. Like, again, that's a whole nother business. Whole nother business. I always try to, dibble and dabble here and there, not
Hmm.
try to stay on one career. That's my thing too at this point. I listened to a presentation a couple weeks ago from uh Harvard, Howard, and a couple of other universities that came in and had a presentation about their MBA program, their grad programs. And wanting to know if we would go outside of our career field that we're in now and learn
Mm-hmm.
something else. And I was telling my daughter earlier, it used to be that you could only have one career field and that was it. That's what we were taught, meaning this is what you do for 40 or 50 years. Hope you retire, and that's all you do. But now it's embracing having multiple careers, meaning you don't have to stay in being an engineer. You can go into human resource or you can go into management or whatever the case may be. So now I'm at the point where, okay, I'm almost 40, possibly have a good 30 years left, 20 to 30 years left. It's a time change for me. So how can I embrace this change? You know, so
Mm-hmm.
what can I do for myself? um but I feel like again that's a part of the mental health piece too, meaning
Mm-hmm.
don't have a mental breakdown because it's changing or life transitions because
Mm-hmm.
kids are going to leave the house, um being married or being divorced or um whatever the case may be. It's life transitions,
Mm-hmm.
heavy life transitions. How are you going to adapt to those life transitions that are occurring? Because you're not going to be able to control it to a certain point, meaning it's going to do what it's going to do. The universe is at the end of
Mm-hmm.
it. So it goes back to what you said. Life has all these different directions and
Mm-hmm.
that we go in and we try to master controlling all of it. No, I want to go this way, but no, God is telling you to go this way. And that's where I am at this point, take my hands off the wheel. I'm a little control freak at this point. So now I got to
Mm.
take my hands off the wheel because no, he knows what's best for me at the end of the day. So I got to make sure that I go into his program versus what I think my program is. So,
Absolutely. Breaking up that monotony. You know what I mean? Like you getting in that complacency. And it's like you get into that rut and you just, well, this is what I'm comfortable and this is what I'm doing and I don't have to worry about a lot of this extra stuff and like like I've been thinking like lately a lot and I'm like the only real fear that we have is the fear of unknown.
mm-hmm.
That's the only fear that we really have is the fear of unknown. Anything that you said that you have a fear of, you can trace it back to unknown. If you got a fear of animals, the only reason you got a fear of that animal is because you don't know what that animal's going to do. If you got a fear of somebody, it's because you don't know what they're going to do. If you got a fear of the police or you got a fear of a race, it's only because you don't know what they're going to do or you've been fed this narrative of negativity because you feel like, or because they say this is what happens or this is how they are, whatever the case may be. And it's just a fear of unknown. You fear of death because you don't know what's going to happen in the afterlife. You know what I mean? So it's like the fear of the unknown of like, well, I don't want to get out of this because I'm comfortable here and I don't want to do anything else. And you trick yourself or you in your mind that I'm good here or whatever. And then like for you to step out of the comfort zone and go to that meeting after work and you got embraced and like things that you've been wanting or looking to make happen and trying to step into and now you're kind of stepping into it and now there's this you're stepping into the unknown and it's amazing what stepping into the unknown can do,
Yes.
how it can really free you and it can expand your sense of realism. Your mind. It can open up your mind to new things, and you're learning new things. And then like I enjoy that stuff. Like I've been doing HR for 20 plus years, and now I'm in the carpentry and electrical course. I'm about to try and go into this field of carpentry and electrical, and I'm about to go get my CDL license, and maybe I'll try and get into the world of CDL of driving trucks. You know what I mean? Like stepping away from uh what I've been doing and what I know. You know what I mean? And like even going through this transition and going through these classes and stuff that we have to go through, and like me being HR, and they were like, "Oh, you're getting into this HR job, you get your HR certification, you're trying to get into this HR and blah blah blah. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I want nah, I'm good.
Mhm.
Like it's not what I'm looking to do. It's not what I'm looking to continue.
Yes.
It's comfortable. I mean, I'm sure because of my experience and some of the training that I've done that I can probably get into it and do probably do pretty well. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try something else, try something new, and I want to work with my hands a little bit. It's kind of in my DNA.
It is.
If you if you know this lineage that we come from, working with our hands is it's a niche. Like we come from a line of carpenters and masons. You know what I mean? From grandfather to uncle, quite a few uncles.
Yeah.
That in the carpentry and masonry, and got some uncles that was in the working with horses, and you know what I mean. It's like,
I believe that history turns itself around. That's what I'm coming to realize too. I've been in this fight of education for the last what 18 months. And
mm-hmm,
I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, really honestly, um, my grandparents kept telling me before they passed, you should go into education. I'm just like, no, I don't really don't want to. I'm over here in engineering. I'm fine. I'm doing what I
mm-hmm,
do. And when all this stuff happened, it was just like, um, yeah, my love is education. My love has always been colleges and universities and sending
mm-hmm,
kids to college. So helping them, assisting them, whether it's writing letters, whether it's college tours, I always love a good college tour. And that's what
mm-hmm,
I was telling the people the other day. I've been to a lot of HBCUs. Um, so it's like second nature to me at this.
mm-hmm,
I don't have a problem going on a college campus and not having an official college tour person to walk me around. I can walk myself around and
mm-hmm,
building. So I've done that for the kids that were in my AAU program. So even before that, my latest thing is how can I get my son out here because he's getting ready to go into the 8th grade. So now I need to start right now because that's when I started with Jay and Jazzern.
See, I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and her daughter is about to be a freshman, and I was like, are you starting to like think about doing any college tours, going to see some colleges and whatnot? She was like, no, I was wait till she's a junior. I'm like,
No, 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 no. Let me tell you through experience. You need to get those kids out there to these college campuses this summer. If they are going into the 8th grade, 9th grade, you need to get them out there early. Like they actually have, it's not called a PSAT. They actually have, I want to say it's a PSAT 8th grade that kids can take that they don't even promote in these schools, meaning that you can get your foot in the door early and you can get a good score where those scores can be sent to colleges right now and they can come and say, hey, we want you to be a student in 4 years, but that's not promoted to
mm,
our kids. So whether it's whatever race, if you are not falling into that gifted program, you're already behind in a sense, as far as I'm concerned. So
mm,
I feel like, you have to have good people, and it goes back to what you said earlier about um going into different um career fields with good intent. Yes, we start with good intent in
mm-hmm,
a lot of career fields. And I keep hearing in education, we started out good, but again, a lot of people went wrong because they got comfortable being at home. You don't
mm,
have people watching your every move when you're at home. So
mm,
you get to do what you want to do to a certain point in education. Um, so with that being said, back to my point, make sure that you prep your kids. And that's where I'm coming into, okay, not just prepping our kids, but how can I get our kids to come into my job field or my career field?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like um in my job I don't see a lot of brown faces. So it's not like we're not out there. It's just that we have to go and, hey, present, hey, we are a good company. Hey, do you want to work for us? You can make some money over here. But again, you have to change your whole format of doing things and put the right people in places to talk to people, to get them to be comfortable applying for the job. Because just like my daughter today, you know what, mommy? Should I apply for this job? Oh, I need this, I need this, I need this. Girl, apply for the job anyway. Because they might say you already qualified. You gotta take the lead
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day. So that's where I am at this point. My whole outlook is changing on life. So um yeah.
Mm. Sounds like your mental's getting healthy.
Yes. I want to say this too, because I know that we discussed it briefly uh in part one. So when December came, um, I got a phone call and I was sick for the whole month by the news that somebody gave me about their health. I was sick for the entire month,
Mm.
just hurt and thinking that they were going to die.
Mm.
What am I going to do if they die? You know, that the unknown, fear of the unknown. And one of our cousins called me and he said, India, you picked up on the first ring. And it was nothing but God the whole conversation.
Mm.
And he said, you're gonna have to let this go. You're gonna have to stop. You're gonna make yourself sick.
Mm.
And I made that decision. I said, I gave the person notice. I said, listen, we need to sit down and talk this weekend before we transition into 2023.
Mm.
We need to have this conversation. If it's really true that this is life or death, I want to plan this out. Um, and they fumbled the football, and we never met. And at 12:31, when we transitioned into 1-1, I was like, I'm not gonna be sick over someone else's stuff.
Mm.
If you need me, you can call me. If you truly need me, I haven't heard from them since
Mm.
about it. So, with that being said, I'm going to live my life accordingly, and I'm going to do what I need to do for me and mine, but more so for me, because if I'm not good, I can't be good to my kids at the end of the day. So, I have to make sure that I am good and I am happy and I am at peace and I'm not causing ruckus for my children,
Mm.
because I'm unhappy. Because I know sometimes as parents do that too. We don't communicate all the time what we're thinking or what we're experiencing.
Mm.
And then that is projected onto the kids. And then that makes the kids act a certain way or do certain things or not want to be at home, period. So that's just my mission at this point. Like I want a peaceful life. And when I said in the part one, don't call me with no foolishness, because sometimes people take advantage of causing havoc in your life, just because
Mm.
they're not where they think they should be, or they just want to be a distraction. And I don't have time for distractions anymore.
Mm.
So that's my thing at this point. I have to be laser focused on what I want and don't let nothing stop me.
I can dig it.
Hmm.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Yep.
Mm. Yeah, we're gonna have to call it.
All right.
We're gonna have to call it.
So I would just say, if you are having any mental health issues, again, go and talk to someone. Reach out to counselors, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. Um, do whatever.
Trusted confidant.
Yes.
Trusted confident.
Yes.
Trusted confident. You
It's
know,
important.
I agree. Please reach out. Please talk to someone and have conversations, you know? Yeah.
Definitely had to have a conversation. Don't let this stuff be bottled up because life be lifing, and
You.
life can
You.
slap you in the face a million times, but you got to keep going at the end of the day. Man, I'd be so happy when I keep going. I don't let nothing really get to me no more. I told the people last week, I haven't even cussed you out yet. That's a plus. That's a real good plus. Yet.
Oh man.
So that's a peaceful life when you don't have to respond to every test that comes to you. You don't have to.
You do not. Certainly do not. Man. Learn. You gotta learn. Still learning. Still learning. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man. Matter of fact, I got a point with my therapist this week coming up. Next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find one. I need a good one. I need
Just
a
go to one. If it don't work out, then go to another one.
yeah,
And then that's one thing about therapy. Like you do not have to stick with
just
said therapist.
yes.
You know, you can keep moving around till you got and find one. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. I was watching an interview, and this woman she had 3 therapists at the same time,
Really?
and then she until she got comfortable with one, and then she dropped the other 2.
What? Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna have to take my leap and do what I need to do. I got some stuff to write down now.
Mm,
Journal.
yes, something I'm supposed to be doing, and I ain't been doing it. Nah, I need to get on it.
Yeah.
But I'm out. I've been out here trying to be more social. You know what I mean? And that's what like me and my buddy last night. Like that was the second time that we met on Thursday, and we call it Whiskey Thursdays. And we're gonna meet up every Thursday
Okay.
for like 2 hours, and we just chit chat. And then whoever else wants to come and hang out, we open up the invitation. So
Yeah.
yeah, so every Thursday we chit chat, and we just have just general safe conversation, and we talk about stuff. And I mean, like, it's
We leaving probably for y'all.
it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's safe space, really. What it is is like we and we haven't even known each other that long.
Yeah.
Nah, it was just like I think we met last year.
Hmm.
Mutual friends. Mutual friend had a friend of mine. He was having parties every like once a month or like once every quarter or something like that. He would do like a game night at his house.
Mhm.
And like he had invited some coworkers since he retired, and he was like the boyfriend of one of the coworkers.
Okay.
He's a real cool guy, real cool Caucasian guy.
Okay.
And then like he was a Chiefs fan, so he had his Chiefs jersey on. I had my Eagles jersey on, and you know what I mean.
Trash talking.
We wasn't trash talking, but
Oh,
we
okay.
but it was some tense vibrations in the air. I'll say that. You know what I mean? And like watching the Super Bowl and like like he would get up and then like go and like put his head down and you know what I mean? Like through the game. Like so but anyway, uh but yeah, like we left and he was just like, hey man, he's like, I'm glad we met. And he's like, anytime that you want to get together and hang out or whatever, man, we can do that. And I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about like we need to hang out and trying to like really get to know each other. And then like some time went by, and I was just like, hey, let's get together and go to happy hour. And he was like, I'm with it, cool. And then like we met up, we chit chat a couple hours, and then it was like, let's do this every Thursday, whiskey Thursdays.
Okay.
And he was like, cool. And like the following week I had something going on, and then that week after he had something going on, and then we met back up, and then
It worked out.
it worked out.
That's what you need. Gotta get out the house.
Mm,
Enjoy stuff at least once a week. Yep.
yeah, new friends, new conversations, new perspectives. You know what I mean? So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. He's a really cool guy. We chit chat. Uh, ran spade table one time, but hey, you know what I mean? And for some reason, we played spades that night. I had this feeling like, you know what? I feel like we're gonna connect and we're gonna run this table. And yeah, but then it started getting late, and my social battery was running out. I was like, I'm going to lose this game because I'm ready to go.
Again, I don't know if it's a Tolson thing or not. Um, but I see a lot of us like this.
Man,
Yeah, I do. I really do. We are people that don't like foolishness for sure. Um, and I don't know what it is, but we will cut the night short in a minute. Hop in that car. So don't even have to say bye to nobody. Hop in the car and go on. So yeah, I'm still learning some of my family for sure. But I do love y'all, love all of my cousins because it makes life so much easier when you're through different things. I do appreciate the people. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Back. I love all y'all. Love all my cousins and all my podcast cousins. Appreciate. I appreciate. I appreciate.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Let me get this cousin trip going. But all right.
Yes, we do.
Uh yeah. Good, good, good talk. Good conversation. I appreciate you. Love you. Uh, hope things go well. Hope this ventures project that you got going on. I hope it works out for the best for you.
Yeah, I'm
And
excited. I'm excited.
you got my mind going when you was talking uh about the college tours and getting people into your profession and your career.
Yeah.
You got my mind going. It's
So I already have a page set up too.
no, like you. No, we'll talk.
We'll talk. Yeah, we will talk. Yeah.
But yeah. But final thought.
I always say be you, but keep your peace for you. It is so important. And do what you feel is best for you. Get out of your comfort zone because you never know what may happen. And who has money for you at the end of the day? Some people are ready to sign those checks. So,
Look, tax purposes. They trying to sign them checks for tax purposes.
write it off.
And you never know who just genuinely wants to support you. I had a conversation this week. I had a conversation this week, and like it was like they genuinely just want to support me. And I had a conversation with another person previously,
Uh-huh.
some months back, and it was like, I don't even care what it is, as long as you're involved in it.
They want to help out.
It's
It,
amazing.
it is amazing. It's an amazing feeling. You know, we want to be supported. We want to support people, and it's not all about money as well. Like some people are really out here just have a genuine heart, and there's nothing wrong with that. So
Mm,
keep those people around. Keep
yeah.
those. So
All right.
I'm back on my grind now. T-shirts. I'm
Tell
I'm feeling better. I'm creating.
him. Ooh, she got out that writer's block, that artist block. Ooh, about
Yep.
to be dangerous.
About to be.
I like it.
Hmm.
I like it. All right. It's been real. Thank y'all for tuning in, for listening. As always,
Yes.
whatever you're listening to us on, please rate, please leave reviews, comments, and let us know what you think. If there's something that you want to talk about or would like to hear us talk about, let us know. If there's a chance that you might want to be on the show, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do some heavy negotiating with my co-host because sometimes she be getting. But anyway, if you want to be on the show, just let us know. Reach out, you know what I mean, and let us know what you think, or if you want to come on and got a topic or whatever. By all means, put it out there and share.
Yeah.
Share if you like. Share. Let other know. Let other people know. There's a whole bunch of Just Cause out there, but there's only one Just Cause podcast.
It's only
Right?
one.
There's only one with the microphone. With the microphone. All right.
Please.
Please share, like, and comment, as the influencers say.
Yes.
All right. And we'll catch y'all next time.
All righty. Talk to y'all soon.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Yeah. You are a mess.